What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Nicole Banister, aka NIKKI BANZ, coming to you live from London, England. Today I'm interviewing Pavneet Sachdeva right here on NIKKI BANZ Live! What's up, everybody? It is an absolute pleasure to see all of you. I know we're a little bit early today for NIKKI BANZ Live, but you already know that your girl is international, alright? So when I got guests in different countries, in different places around the world, you already know I am super flexible and willing to change the time so that I can accommodate all of these incredible humans. And today's guest is no exception. But before I get into that, before I introduce my VIP guest coming up very soon, what's up? How's everybody doing? How's everybody out there? Let me know in the comments. I want to know how everybody is doing. It is summertime here in London, even though you wouldn't really be able to tell. There's a lot of rain, okay? It is my first time in London in 20 years, okay? 20 years. I really don't do that much traveling across Europe. You know, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I have like an annual trip to Cyprus where I see one of my best friends in the world. But other than that, I haven't really done so much traveling around Europe. So this summer in particular has really been my moment to reconnect with Europe and see wagwan here in Europe. I started off in Cannes, in the French Riviera in France with my family, spent a night in Paris to have the watch party of the finale of Started Up Season 2. Then I went to Portugal for the one and only Afro Nation, an incredible Afrobeats and Amapiano festival in Portugal. Then I went to Scotland, and I was in Scotland for 2 nights to go to one of my dear friends' weddings. It was an incredible wedding ceremony. And then here I am in London for the week. Shout out to my girl Sarah and her partner Lance, who are downstairs in the living room as I take over their study upstairs. They are my gracious hosts while I'm here in London. And it's just been such a vibe. It's really been cool to be here in the summertime to get a little taste of Europe and what it's like to reconnect with this part of the world. As we all know, I spent a lot of time in Los Angeles, California, in the United States. I spent a lot of time in Cape Town, South Africa. So you know I'm all over the world, but it's been fun to be here in Europe. But I have to say I am indeed missing my man. And shout out to Charles, who just joined. Hi, honey. Love you lots. Charles is back in Cape Town while I'm out here gallivanting across the world. Travels with Charles coming very soon, very soon. Okay, everybody, I have to say, I have to give one more promo, one more plug. If you have not watched Started Up Season 2 yet, this is your reminder to do so. Started Up is an incredible social entrepreneurship series where young people from across the globe are pitching their social impact business ideas to an elite panel of judges in the hopes of winning $50,000. Yes. And your girl NIKKI BANZ is the hostess with the mostest of this show. The full series is streaming on YouTube, and we feature young people competing from all over the world. From India, from Germany, from Turkey, from Mexico, from Colombia, from Ecuador, from Canada. Truly international, just like your girl NIKKI BANZ. So go check it out on YouTube. You can literally just type in EOGSEA, and you'll be able to go watch that show. I'm super proud of it, and I want to share it all with you. Speaking of shows, which of you out there, who of you out there has watched Indian Matchmaking? Okay, I know it's one of the hottest shows on Netflix. It's so much fun. There are 3 seasons out there. It is a super duper exciting show that really documents and chronicles Indian people from all over the world, so people in India and also the Indian diaspora in London, in the United States, and all sorts of different places, as they are on their quest to try and find love with the one and only Sima Aunty. And your girl NIKKI BANZ has an amazing VIP guest here today who's going to be live with me, who is from Indian Matchmaking Season 3, the one and only Pavneet Sachdeva. I am so excited to have her on here, and I mean, I'll tell her this. I see you, Pavneet. I know you're there. I'm bringing you on soon, girl. But literally one of my, not even one of, my absolute favorite person in Season 3. Straight up, hands down, no holds barred. My favorite person in Season 3 of Indian Matchmaking, because your girls is just so, Pavneet, Pavneet is just so confident. She's so confident. She's so tall. She's so fabulous. She's a business owner, entrepreneur, and she is just unapologetic, okay, about what she wants and the types of partner that she's looking for. As a girl who is similarly very tall, very energetic, okay, I can understand. So I related so much to her, even though I was halfway across the world. And so I'm so excited to be bringing her on at NIKKI BANZ Live today. So tell me in the comments, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for me to bring on the one and only Pavneet Sachdeva? Drum roll, please. Let me bring her on right now. Here we go. Time to shine. This is NIKKI BANZ Live with the one and only Pavneet Sachdeva, an incredible entrepreneur, businesswoman, and of course, superstar. Right now, I see the chat is going crazy. Yes, it's happening. It's happening. Let's go. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, so exciting. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Ah!
Hello.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi, how are you? I'm so excited to see you. I have someone finally with the same energy.
Girl, I am telling you, when I saw you on that show, I was like, this is my people right here. I love this girl. I was like, I didn't follow anybody else from season 3 except for you. I was like, and now here we are talking. It's magic. It's destiny.
Thank you so much for inviting. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Of course, Pavneet, how are you? Where are you? Talk to us about where you're at right now.
I'm all good. I'm in New Delhi right now, and I'm so excited to speak to you. I was just waiting for 9:30 p.m. Honestly,
Yeah.
since all day long, I was like, oh my God, 9:30 p.m. When is it coming?
Exactly. Even me, I was just counting down the hours. I was like,
we were continuously chatting on Instagram that how excited we both were.
Exactly. And honestly, I have to say thank you so much for being here on NIKKI BANZ Live. This is
Thank you so much for inviting.
Of course. And so I always like to start off every show by telling people how I know the guests who were on my show. And you and I just had like a totally organic little Instagram DM relationship. Literally, I was just like liking your stuff. And then like you DM'd me back, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like you should hop on the show. Why not? And you were so gracious.
Oh
you said,
yeah.
Sure. So here we are.
Definitely. I think I was always watching your shows on Tuesdays, and I was like, oh my God, this girl matches my energy. I really want to speak to her, no matter what.
Oh my gosh, you are such a joy. Thank you. I'm so happy to have you here. So we're going to talk about all the things. We're going to talk about you, your business, your journey on Indian matchmaking. So everybody, we're super excited to have you here. Make sure you're commenting on the Instagram Live. Give us all the love, all the comments. We want to hear everything. We're going to have a time for questions at the end. So we're just going to get everyone involved who's here watching this live. So Pavneet, let's just start off with like you as a human. Talk to us about like young Pavneet. Like what were you like growing up as a super tall, fabulous woman?
I think the most asked question about my life is related to the tall women and height. I think you can relate to it for sure. Like, I don't know why is it not to see like, oh, the woman can be tall as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Why this is has to be a question why you are tall. I think the humans are supposed to grow. Should I not grow?
Right. Should I just be small? Is that what you want?
No, I will say not grow. Okay. But yeah, I am Pavneet Sachdeva from New Delhi, and I'm running my own business right now and working as a PR and marketing professional in the business. My brand's name is The Brand Shaper. And working with different and interesting brands in India and outside India as well. So it is being a very interesting journey since 2020, you can say. 2020 was definitely a hard year for all of us, but it was the most, I would say the most amazing year for me as well. It was the toughest one, but it was the best one. Because I just started my own business in 2020 only. So before that, I was always like doing like job with different companies and working as a PR and marketing person with different brands. But yeah, 2020 challenged me and I took it.
Yes, and you super excelled at all those challenges. And I'm curious, Pavneet, what gave you the inspiration to stop working for a business, stop working for somebody else, and actually be your own entrepreneur and start your own business?
Oh yeah. I think I'm sure like you can relate it to. It's like an amazing feeling first people say that it's easy. It's not. In job I used to work like till from 9 to 5 p.m, 9 a.m to 5 p.m. Now I work for 24 hours. I'm not kidding. People say it's easy. I'm like, I work for 24 hours after I started my own work. It's definitely like more challenging. And because you always have things like in your back mind, like, that you are the only one you have to take care of your work. Nobody else will. So
Right.
yeah, it is like, even on weekends, you don't mind working because it's your work.
It's so true. It's so true. That's something that I hear so many entrepreneurs say. They're like, I worked a set number of hours before, and now I just work all the time because it's your baby. It's your business. You want it to grow.
Exactly. And I still remember the feeling like, closing the laptop at 6 p.m. and not to care about work because I'm like off the job now.
Right.
But now it's not possible.
Non-stop. And what got you
None. But
interested?
honestly, I think I love doing it also. It's not
Yeah.
something like I'm forcefully doing it. I love doing it and I so much like enjoy doing my work. That's why like I chose my passion over other things.
Yes, exactly. And we love that for you. It's so inspiring for so many women out there. What is like the entrepreneurial ecosystem like for women in India? Are there a lot of like female founders?
Oh, there are. Now I think this era where like I am also growing up, I am seeing and I am like taking so much inspiration from women entrepreneurs around me. And definitely I think it is tough because I have seen the process. Even in the job I have like, there were times like I was the only woman in the like, the talking and meeting sessions in the boardroom. I was the only one like, the female like co-worker with my like, male co-workers. But now and even honestly speaking, I think they did have the biased decisions while I was working with them, like, she's a woman, I think she won't be able to do it. I was like, ask me. Ask me if I can do it or not. Ask
I can
me.
do it. Pick me. Pick me.
And how can you just like make a decision before even like knowing the person can do or
Right.
not? So these are the
Right.
same challenges I feel like as a women entrepreneur also I am facing these challenges, like like how you deal with a male entrepreneur and how you deal with the female entrepreneurs. It is
Mm.
different. Honestly, this will take time, and I would say it is changing.
Mm.
I would not like change the fact that it is not. It is going into the positive way as well. We have social media. We have like sources to get the education now. We have like different sources like where you can see that there are so many women like who are facing the same challenges. And
Mm.
interestingly, I think after the show I have received so many messages like they love the part about it, like how I'm dealing with life with unapologetically, what the world thinks, I don't care. But still I think some facts like how society pressures you to do some things which I don't want to.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, that needs to be changed. But still I think they are evolving. I'm liking the fact they are like taking one step at a time. But yeah, it still needs a lot of change.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you, but honestly, like you said, you were such a role model for so many people because when you came on the show and you said, I'm a business owner, I have this PR and marketing agency, and I don't know whether or not I'm going to stop working after I find a partner. You're like, this is my passion. This is what I do. I think so many women, whether they were in India or the United States or South Africa or the
Exactly.
UK, no matter where they were, they needed to hear that, and you gave us that.
Thank you so much. And I think more than that, I think even I needed that too, because
Mm-hmm.
it feels so good that you are doing something like, which makes a difference also. Until like, before that, I was just doing what I wanted to do. I was just doing what I like and what I love. But eventually, I'm liking the fact that I have faced the challenges, like, people came up to me and say me, you should not do this, you are not doing this right because you're a woman, you should take care about these things. I'm like, okay, but minding my own business. I just say okay because I don't want to waste my energy also on them by explaining what I want.
Exactly.
So
You're
I
like,
love
cool,
the fact
cool.
I love the fact I didn't change anything because like people told me to. And when the show came, when I just like being myself and saying what I felt and people could relate to it, I loved that feeling for sure. I was so overwhelmed. I was so grateful that yeah, I am not the alone in this journey.
Exactly, exactly. And I have to give a shout out to some of the folks who are here because everyone's commenting. I see Dilsa Foodie saying you have a
Oh,
golden heart,
you have
Pavneet.
seen him on the show as well. Did you see my friend Karan on the show? Like my
Is he?
friends group? So
Oh, he's
yeah,
also
he's
on the
the
show
same
as
guy.
well.
Karan,
Okay.
yeah.
Hi. We got the whole Indian Matchmaking gang up in here. What's up, everybody?
He's like a famous India's best food blogger. If you want to know, where to eat, he's the guy for you.
Okay. We might have to get him on NIKKI BANZ Live next and tell the world about where to get the best food across India. Okay.
Oh,
I'm
for
looking out.
sure. I'm sure even the 1 hour session is like, not enough for him.
Yeah.
He will have
Exactly.
this much of stories to tell.
Exactly. Well, I'm not even sure 1 hour is enough for you and me. I feel like we could talk for like the rest
I
of
was
the night.
thinking if I'll ask Nikki to, extend it if I'm not complete with my like, okay, I'll ask Nikki if like, if 1 hour is not enough, I'll ask you to extend it.
Exactly. We just keep it. We're just gonna talk for the rest of the night. Just live stream the whole rest of the night.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so look, this is the thing with the show Indian Matchmaking, right? It's one thing to hire Sima Aunty to like help you find a match, right? It's another thing to then get selected to be on Netflix and be on the show. So talk to us about what was that process like? Like, how did you find Sima, decide to work with her, and then how did you then decide, actually, I want to be on the show too? What was that process like?
So yeah, I remember I actually like got out from a relationship like that, like during Corona. So yes, of course, after that, every friend, because they are so sweet and they're so caring about me, they just thought like it's their responsibility to find me a guy. So yeah, everyone was like looking for it. Everyone was like thinking, yeah, we should find any tall guy on the street. My friends are like, oh, I should ask and go there. I like, you know what? The height is not only the necessity thing I want. You know what I want?
Right.
This.
Right. We need this too. It can't just be this. It needs to be this too.
Yeah. So yeah, my friend signed me up for it in 2021, I guess. Like she found one link online and it was not clear about the show. It was just related to, written something like, are you a single woman or men like dating for like looking for someone in your life, and something relating to dating. I would say something like an app. I just thought like, how the app works.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just signed up, and after 3-4 months, I got a call like from someone like, oh, you filled up a form, and we just know that you are looking for someone. So tell me about yourself. So 2-3 after the calls, I remember on the fourth call, they asked me like, we just found you so interesting that we want to make we are making a show and we want you to be the main part of it. Like, okay. So they just wanted to know first like I was okay with the show. So I like, okay. Then in the fifth call, I remember they disclosed the show name. I was like, oh, it is related to Indian Matchmaking. I was like through the roof. I was like, okay. I was so overwhelmed. I just actually
oh my god, having a little technical difficulties.
Can you see?
Okay. Yeah. I can hear you now. Yeah, you said that it was like the fifth call. Then they disclosed what the show actually was.
So yeah, on the fifth call, they mentioned the name of the show, and then I actually got overwhelmed. I was like, I need a day to think about it. Please give me a day. Let me just, grab all those excitement and all the energies. But anyway, I said yes. I just gave a thought. I was like, my tactics are not working, my tricks are not working, my friends' tricks are not working. So what's the
Right.
harm? Like, I think Sima Aunty is like a great matchmaker, and she's a legend in this industry. I should definitely go and ask her like if she can, help me out like finding a one.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's so interesting that it was like, you just filled out this form and you were like, I'm just going to try this matchmaking thing and see what happens, having no clue that actually this was Netflix and one of the biggest hit sensations
Oh yeah.
that has hit the world.
And imagine my conversation started when they asked me, we would need your friends and family. I was like, friends are okay, but my parents would not be okay to be on the camera. And imagine you have seen the results. They are on the TV.
Yes. Yes. And your parents were so cute. They were so cute on it, talking about, your dad being like, oh, your mom was the only other tall girl there. And then, okay, done. Magic.
But my mom was like, I knew you liked my beauty more than my height.
Exactly. I love
and
your mom.
I agreed that too.
You get that fiery energy from your mom. Your mom's like, yeah, okay, but also I'm gorgeous. So here you go.
That's why you chose. You are saying in front of the camera that my height mattered, but yeah, I know that you found a beautiful girl that you couldn't resist off.
Exactly. Okay, so what was it like to be dating for the entire world to see and to watch it? Like knowing that millions of people are watching you go on dates. What was that feeling like?
I was just being myself. Honestly, I remember like having a conversation before the show, like, how I wanted to represent myself on national camera. And I was thinking like, should I be more like this? Because, I told you like before the show, you'd never know that how the society takes you in the world. And before that, I've always heard mixed reviews that how my personality should be and how I should be. But it was a long time back when I chose to, be myself and not to care about others. So my father told me that, what is the best thing about you is like, being yourself. So I think you should just go with that. And I trust him, like, of course, more than anyone. And and your parents like think like the best for you. So I just listened to him and I did that. And yes, I was like so happy. Like, I didn't even try to like, little bit of change myself. I was confident. I like, okay, I have done this dating thing. Bring it on.
Yeah.
I am game.
Exactly. You were like, give me what you got, Sima Aunty. Whatever you got, I'm here and I'm going to be myself. And like I said, that's what made so many people fall in love with you. Even, even after the guy, and he took like a week to call you, you were like, my guy, we just had a first date. You're going to take a week. Even I resonated so deeply with that. I was like, yeah, if I had a really good first date.
You saw the justification also. Yeah. What should I say?
Exactly. If he just took a vacation for a week, I would be like, no, like that's not how it goes. And you said it, and that was so powerful.
Yeah. So definitely with this Indian matchmaking, the process, like I didn't go further with the relationship was like, I didn't see his action matching his words. So I was like, okay, just another guy I met because I have seen these guys before. It's okay. I don't want to waste like much time, and let's just, and honestly, I think this is not like why I'm saying this is not the first time, because I have met a lot of people through dating apps or maybe through my parents and everything. So after while I just got to know that age doesn't matter. I thought like maybe I should go for a person who is little elder to me, maybe because he wants to settle and he's like okay with the situation, and like basically you can say settle with the life, like with himself, not like something like he needs a partner to actually fix him which is not my job, honestly.
Right. And that's such a great perspective, and that's how relationships should be, right? You should be so confident in yourself,
because I'm not asking the same. I am okay with myself. Please be okay with yourself first.
Yes, and your partner should compliment you, bring out the best in you, and I think it's great that that's what you're looking for. I love people are telling me in the chat. People are saying that Tushar is here on the live. Hi, Tushar.
Hi, Tushar.
things, to feel like you're a super confident woman, to feel like this is what you're looking for in a relationship. It's another thing to really articulate those things on a date or when you're being interviewed. So what advice do you have for other women who are maybe watching this, and other women who say, hey, look, like, I want to be able to speak as confidently about what I need from a partner, you know, as Pavneet? What would you say to them to inspire them to have that confidence? Because sometimes it can be hard.
Uh, I feel there are already like so many issues with the romantic relationship or maybe romantic matches, I would say. One thing they have added one more in my life is height. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere,
I feel you, girl. I'm like,
I had already so many problems and I have to deal with the height thing also. So definitely, I have come up to the point, like, I feel that there are a lot of men who don't know how to handle a strong, independent woman, which I have realized it, like, very, like, they don't say it, but I can see in their actions, like, I can see in their body language, I can see in their energy that they are not, like, ready to actually be with, like, a someone who can also, like, make decisions in, like, in both of their lives. So this is very important. I feel wherever you are, like, getting into a relationship, you should have a, like, equal say, whether it's like personal, whether it's like any other, like, family thing, you have to have a say. And I think why this is like becoming, like, tough, like, for us, because just the generation before us, like, we have always seen, like, the guy is always a breadwinner and the girl is always a homemaker. So now the things are changing, and now, like, women are coming, like, more of the things like taking care of themselves financially and emotionally as well. So I feel it's the society's fault as well. I would say men like, are confused right now because they have told the wrong things as well. Like, we were told the wrong things. I am, like, from a long process, like, I'm unlearning so much and relearning again, because I have seen and I have learned so many, like, such things which don't even exist. Just like, even in the, I would say, in the I have seen it in my family, like in my relatives. I have seen, like, I was told by them that how it is not good to be tall. Imagine, like, they are saying, it's like, I'm your blood. How can you say something like, something so bad, like, the kid can get insecure. So this is like, I have experienced that, not the society will teach you anything. I have taught myself. It took time, but I have taught myself, like, what is right and what is wrong, and how it is, like, my feelings are more important than what others think. It took time, but definitely there are so many other people also who are sailing in the same boat, like, thinking what society will think, or maybe I would say what others will say. So this is like, this needs to change. The society's perspective needs to change, not the person. But yeah, this is like, I'm sure you have seen, did you see any kind of a movie where a woman is tall and a guy is short? Like any romantic
Rarely.
movie?
I look, there's one show on Netflix, and it's like a high school show, and I think it's called, I think it might be called Tall Girl, and it's like only one show.
I watched it. I just watched it because it was about tall women. And did you see what kind of a wrong, like, wrong perception of that she's so depressed, she's so tensed because she's so tall. I like, why you are showing this to us?
Right. We need positive role models and examples of tall, independent, confident women. But I love what you said, Pavneet, because you said, one, that, sometimes it was hard as a kid when people would say things about your height or even your family. I like that transparency because people need to know that it wasn't always easy. That's number one. Number two, you said you had to unlearn a lot of what society told you. And I think that's so important. People need to remember that, like, it does take time. You have to do the self-reflection. You have to journal. You have to do whatever it takes to really love yourself unconditionally, and that takes work.
Exactly. And the point is that, even the media needs to change the generalization in, like, the stereotypes, like, the woman can only be feminine and petite, and the
Yes.
guy can only be the tough and muscular one. Even I can genuinely see the challenges for the shorter guys also. Imagine no one told anyone, like, the girl can choose a short guy as well. So
Right.
this is like something, like, how a height can, make a difference in someone. I can agree physical attraction is important. Physical attraction is the first thing, like, you look for,
Of
but there are so
course.
many other things to look for after that. And
Yes.
this, like, even you have seen, like, people got bullied. Even I have been bullied, like, just because I was tall, imagine. So this is something, like, I have experienced. I can understand then how this is, like, difficult, and how tough, like, it is for us to, explain. So that's why, like, I stopped explaining and giving the explanation to people, and telling them that what is right for me and what is not. I, like,
Right.
okay, and I just minding my own business, and I go, okay, bye. I don't
Yeah.
need your other, like, information on it, that how I should live or how I should feel, basically.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And I love that, because it's like, sure, you're going to listen to what other people say, you're going to take their opinions into consideration, but at the end of the day, you are number one. So what you believe
Imagine
and
that
what you
Tom
feel.
Holland and Zendaya are in a relationship. I keep on reading the articles, like, that people, like, make very absurd comments to them about
Yeah.
their height, and keep on, and media just, going and following them. What do you feel about Zendaya's height? Tom Holland's like, oh, should I care about it?
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you
yeah.
really
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
so? Do you really think so? It can be a problem in our relationship? Like, so
Yes.
he stated a very nice thing, like, that it's like society's perspective about height needs to be changed, not the couples themselves. I was like, so, like, I felt so good about, like, that they are not doing anything, like, different from each other. But
Right.
I feel very sad that they are, like, explaining to people, like, what like, how they should be happy, basically. But
Yes.
yeah, even people asking absurd question is not a good idea, which they are doing
Exactly.
it, like, I would say, with the, even I would say, like, I should say, that they have guts to ask these things. Like, how can you ask these questions at first? Just think before, like, like, saying anything. So
Hey,
yeah.
we know that people feel very empowered to say all sorts of crazy things all the time in all the places. So I'm not surprised people are asking. But I feel like, Pavneet, when are we going to have your spin-off show called, like, Tall Girls Rule or something? And you can just go out there and share all this wisdom that you have out there. I'm ready for the spin-off. I'm like, anybody else? Anybody else ready for that?
Right now, you want me to share, like, what is my relationship status right now?
Yeah, yeah, we might have to do that. We might have to do that too. We might have to do that too. You have to talk to us,
I think we should
whatever you
just,
can.
let people wait first. I'll disclose it later.
Okay, okay. You have to wait. You have to stay until the very end of the Instagram live. And I see everybody's in the chat. Art from the heart, sending hearts. Hello, thank you for being here. I saw some other people here. Some people are saying dreadlocks. Yes, dreadlocks, fabulous. Hi. Yes. So it's amazing to see some of these comments and some of the people here. So remember, let me just go ahead and give you the little reminder that you need to go to the top of your screen right now, hit that little arrow, that white arrow, so you can go follow Pavneet. She's an absolute all-star. If you're not following her already, you have to follow her and continue to hear her amazing journey. So go follow her. You can also follow me on Instagram at
Oh,
@NikkKBanz.
I
It's
think I would
all,
say two tall women. Everybody would love to follow us.
yes, we'll give you all the tall girl content all day,
Yeah.
every day. Okay, and then I'm seeing the classy foodophile saying you're a big fan. Art from
Oh,
the
she's a
heart
good
saying,
friend. She's a Pavitra. She's a good friend, and she's such a good, like, so you can follow her for the great recipe. So I have a lot of people, like, in the food industry, like, makes such good food. So yeah,
ooh,
if you want to make such good food at home, you can follow her.
okay, I'm ready. I need to be making some good food. I need some suggestions, some tips. I'm following all of you. Once the live is over, I'm following everyone. Everyone who's here, I'm following them. So
Yeah.
I'm going to get involved. And remember, if you're on the live right now, keep putting your questions in the question box, because the last, like, 10, 15 minutes of the show, I will ask Pavneet all of your questions. So question box to the right of the comments, put it in there and I will ask all those questions. So I see, so you were asking about sharing about your relationship status. I see Tushar commented, he said season 4, ...
Or maybe ask him, he knows better than me, as usual.
Yeah, exactly. Tushar, you gotta tell us in the comments what's going on. That is so funny. Okay, what about all of your friends and your family back home? Like, obviously a lot of your friends and family were featured on the show itself, but how did everyone's life change after the show? Was it this like massive transformation? Like, talk to us about that journey, because I can imagine it's a big thing to be featured on such an international hit show like that.
Yeah, I think I already mentioned on the show that I always got a lot of attention because of my height. Now I'm getting more attention after the show. So it is not something I was used to, but yeah, I am like feeling more I would say more grateful, more happy, because I am like receiving such great messages. I just like, we are sharing the story, and I am just hearing like, literally, like I have spoken to some people like about their journeys, about like, how they are facing the challenges, like, how they are tall women, and they could relate so much to me because they have faced the same things. I remember someone commented like, how, they made a big deal about like tall women, like, it's a actually issue in like, while dating a person, or maybe in the dating world. So they were like people commenting her, you have no idea, we are tall women, we know what Pavneet is talking about. This is something I was like, I have such funny incidents, I have such great incidents, and I have such, I would say, mean incidents also. Like, which people just come up and say mean things, and some great compliments also. But you know what, I just want one thing needs to be changed. Like, if you can't say something nice to someone, please don't say something bad also, because it stucks your mind. It will stuck your mind. You will just say something and you will just, get away from it. But the person you have made a mean comment, that person will always like, remember, no matter like, I have also like tried to normalize things like, oh, people are used to be like this, and people are going to be like this. And I remember my dad especially played a very big role in like, how I feel right now. I remember I was always very close to my parents, and I always used to share so many things with like, everything you can say about my life, and till now I do the same. So I remember like, I used to tell him whenever I was coming from like, a school, or maybe like, college, because not like, parents are going to be with you all the time. So they were like always some mean things like, people would say, and I would just come up and say like, dad, like someone just, made this kind of a mean comment, which actually is like, making me feel bad. So my father was always like, making it a, like a reverse card of, I like, oh, okay, someone talked about your height, you're so tall, nice, someone, you took the attention of someone because you're tall. So I remember, okay, I was like, okay, that is the perspective also to look at it, because people not gonna change. You have to just maybe like, like, maybe do it like in a way that you can just take it as a positive thing. And I'm an optimistic person. I know that, I see the first, like, the good things in a person, like, before I just, nag out, oh, you are this, you are this, you are that, you are that. So I always like look for all those things because of my dad, because my dad is like, this way that, to look out for the world like this. So yeah, definitely daddy's little tall girl.
I love that so much, and that's such a beautiful way to spin a negative comment. Like, number one, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's just point number one. But number two, how special to have a parent who could twist that and say, look, someone's talking about you because they like you, because they're interested in you, whatever it is. It's like, it's really about your perspective. Anything that happens in life, right? It's all about how you perceive that thing, and then how you're able to shift it and then keep moving despite what other people say, if it's good or bad or whatever. And it's so good that you
I'm sure you must be heard, you heard it too also. Oh, you are so tall. As if we didn't know.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I'm not as tall as you. I'm close, but I'm not as tall as you. But I
But
still
still,
wear.
it's a big deal for like we are like more than an average woman. Like we are taller than the average women.
Yes,
And yeah, even
exactly. And then
the
when I have
funny
my
part,
bun,
I
I'm even taller. I'm even taller with my big hair, and I'm gonna
I
wear
would
heels.
say you
So
have done a
I don't
great job
care.
with your hair.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like this got me to
You know
6
what?
feet
I
right
love to
here.
wear heels also.
Yes,
Do you like to too?
as we should. I love wearing heels, and I'm like, why not? I can wear them, rock them. Like, there's no reason not to.
I
And I
have
saw
people.
someone.
So they say, okay, I'm conscious about you wearing heels. I was like, okay, none of my business.
Right, exactly. I'm like, I'm sorry that you feel small and you don't feel confident enough. Like, own yourself, own your body, own your height. There's
I
so many lessons. There's so many lessons that we can learn from you, Pavneet, truly. So I want to know, talk to me about like what's on the horizon, like what's coming up next for you, either for you personally, for your business. What should we be looking out for to continue to support you and all the amazing work that you're doing?
So definitely, I started also like through the show. I got connected with some people outside India and in India as well, out of Delhi. So I am working like already was working with the clients like outside India. So I started working with more, and
Wow.
genuinely the best part is like I've connected to women entrepreneurs, like to help them out. So it is like more amazing thing. I like okay, it's
Hey.
always like great to work with women because we understand each other. So yeah,
Definitely.
I am connected to a lot of great people, and there are so many people who are ready to give me a tour whenever I visit their country. I'm like, oh, I should travel more.
Yes, and you love to travel. You say you love solo
Oh,
travel.
I don't care if someone is coming or not. I'm going solo. If
Yeah,
someone is there, it's good. If it's not, okay, bye, I'm going.
exactly. Well, Pavneet, if you ever come to Los Angeles or to Cape Town, South Africa, you have a place to stay. You can definitely come
Oh,
hang with me, girl.
oh, thank you so much. And if you are coming to Delhi, India, you know where to come.
I know. I think I need to come to India. I feel like
Have you
India is calling
been
my
here
name.
before?
I came once, but it was like 10, 15 years ago, like on a school trip. I was very young.
Oh, it's changed. It's like you will be surprised to see that how changed this is.
Wow.
And I love the fact that, this is like, progressing also. The India is becoming the progressive country also.
Yeah.
But yeah, you will be surprised. Oh my God, we will going
Okay.
to surprise you.
I'm definitely coming to visit you. Let me look at my calendar and we're gonna make a plan.
And I am already calendar like, LA, South Africa, very soon.
Yes, I can't wait to welcome you. You know, South Africa actually has a huge Indian diaspora. There are
Oh
millions
yes,
of
I know.
Indian people in South Africa.
Oh, there are Indians like reached out to me from South Africa as well. So I
Yeah.
like okay,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Like from so the best part is like I have realized that there are a lot of people who watch this show. Like outside
Yes,
India as well. People are crazy.
I know.
People like from every corner of the world. They're like sometimes I even don't know the city from the country, and they are like messaging. I'm like, okay, this is the city. I didn't know that existed in this country. But yeah, they're
Exactly.
like, oh my God. I was amazed and I was so overwhelmed to see that, this is like they have like such great reach, and it was a great exposure for sure. And the life is was amazing, and it's more amazing.
I
And the
love
best part
that.
about the show was, actually the team was amazing to work with. They were like
Wow.
so easy. They made me feel so comfortable. Imagine like, being on the camera makes you a different person.
Right.
But they have made me so like, comfortable in my skin. Like, they have made such comfortable environment for me that, I have like expressed myself, which I wanted to. And that was their, like, they say that it was their job, but I'm like, no, it is like I need to appreciate you, like that you have made me feel so comfortable, because a
Wow.
person only can bring themselves, like when that person is comfortable in the situation, and they made that situation for me. So yeah, I was very grateful that I got the great team to work with.
Honestly, I love that. And as someone who is also in the studio filming shows on YouTube, on Instagram, it is so important to have an amazing crew around you, because literally the success of the show is based on how you feel on camera. And that's everything. That's the guys who do the lights, the guys who do the sound, the people who do the cameras. Like, it's all so important.
I agree on that. I agree.
Yes. So I'm so glad to hear that you had an incredible experience on the show. To see you again in a future season, or in your own like spin-off show of you just being fabulous and your life, because we're all just like trying to be involved in your life for forever, okay? But I think what I want to do now is, I know we have a bunch of questions in the question box, so I would love to answer some of those questions. And I'm seeing in the chat, Nitaj saying, I need to come to India. Yes.
Oh, he's Jatin. He does funny things. His name is Jatin. He's a friend. He's not Nitaj.
Okay.
He has written his name like reversed. Yeah. He thought he's trying to be cool, but he's not.
Oh. Okay, well, I don't know you. I think you're cool. I'll give you that. But yes, I'll definitely come hang out in India. I see your friend, the foodie, Dilsa Foodie, saying we'll take you on a food tour in Delhi. Yes, okay, yes to all of that. Okay, let me go to the questions. There's like 10 questions in here. I think half of them are from our friend, Art from the Heart. Art from the Heart is just sending you all the love. They have a bunch of questions. Let me see. Oh, I see in the chat, Pavneet, will you marry me?
Oh, you know what? You have to listen to this. That I get. He's still asking the question. I would say I would respect. I'm getting the straight away DMs like, marry me, Pavneet. Marry me. Like, oh, you're scaring me. You're not, like, appealing to me that you are just making a, like, polite, maybe you should say politely, just marry me.
Right.
Just marry me.
Right. I've never met you, but it's fine. Just marry me. I just want to spend the rest of my life with you. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you, but no thank you. Good luck, though.
I know, right? Sometimes I would say, yeah, guys are funny, though.
I know. They are.
I made a reel. I think someone asked me like this question like again and again, like why I'm not dating. I was like, I think the only reason I'm not dating is men. There is no other reason. There is no other reason that I'm not dating. It's just men only.
I'm telling you. I have to say, I wasn't dating for a very long time for the exact same reason. And then finally, someone stepped up to the plate. So I got to give a little shout out to my partner, Charles, who I think is here on the line. He stepped up to the plate. He said, you're tall, you're confident, you're a presenter, you're on TV. He was like, I don't care. I want to support you. So he swooped me up.
That is such a great thing, I would say, because I have heard the funniest thing, because I would appreciate a same man like this, like who has the thinking of supporting his woman, and not demeaning her in a way that she can't bring her out the best of her.
Right.
So I have remembered my parents got me matched up with some people to talk to, where things go, you can just take it forward. There are so many absurd things I've seen, some people got intimidated because of my height, of course. Some people got intimidated with the fact that I have more work experience. Imagine. And
right.
I have also unfortunately dated a guy who lied to me that he was doing some about his job position. Basically, he lied to me what he was doing, but he told me a much greater position in the company, because he got intimidated, because he's like, okay, I want to be cooler in front of her, so he just lied to me. So I can understand. Even the worst part, even the guys have a problem that I go for solo trips. So sometimes I don't even explain. Honestly, I just, drop the conversation. I'm like, okay, let me just focus on my work, because I don't have energy to, even talk to these people.
Exactly. But honestly, Pavneet, I know for a fact that the guy out there for you who is going to love that you're tall, who's going to love that you're a CEO, who's going to love that you speak your truth, that guy is coming. I know it. I know he is
I think even I didn't find a guy on the show. I felt like at least I told everyone, like, I am available.
Yeah.
So might be like someone from the world will see, oh, this is my girl.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
looking for her like my whole life.
Yes, exactly. Someone from South Africa or wherever is like,
You
I'm
never
coming for you,
know.
Bobby. I'm
You
coming
never
for you.
know. Maybe you will get a message tomorrow, like, hey, Nikki,
Yeah,
I just, like, I want you
yeah,
to connect with Pavneet.
exactly. Exactly.
So,
I'll send you a
you
screenshot
never
first
know.
before I connect.
Oh, that is
Okay, Bobby.
mandatory, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Girls gotta stick together.
Oh,
I'll send a screenshot
yeah,
first.
always.
Okay, I want to ask some questions from the comments because there's so many good questions here. Art from the Heart is asking, I love this question because it's talking about your travels. They're asking, have you ever traveled internationally? And if yes, do you have any favorite cities?
Yeah, I think I feel that every destination, like, has its own charm. So I have loved, like, traveling in like India and outside India as well. I've been to Thailand and Australia.
Wow.
So I would say not a particular I want to take a name because I loved every destination, I would say. And honestly, the fact about is like I'm very open-minded why I'm traveling. I'm very open-minded, like, not sticking to my itinerary, which I made it from Google. I
Yeah.
just go there. I grasp the thing. I grasp my culture around it. Like, I talk to locals. I talk to, like, people around them. Then what is the thing, like, how's their culture, and not interrupting them, like, with my thoughts, maybe, because I would want, like, they can tell me better because
Yes.
they know their place better. If someone comes to Delhi, I think I would say, like, of course, I'm born and brought up here. So I can, like, tell you the things which, like, maybe you don't know what existed
Right.
before and what is, like, better now. So I'm always traveled with an open mind. And honestly, this thing, like, made me, and especially solo traveling, I have connected to just maybe you can say cab drivers.
Wow.
Literally, I have like the emotional, the best story with people. So this is like, just only happened while traveling and being open-minded about it. Not like, nagging on the things like you want to do something, or maybe like sticking to the plan because you searched on Google. So I am very much of a person because Google can't tell you the hidden gems. Only the locals can tell you better. So even, and honestly, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm saying it. I'm a PR and marketing professional. I know how online things work. So how we do the promotions, I know that. So yeah,
You know the
so
behind the
brands
scenes.
can. So yeah, I was like, okay, I would want to give a try when I visit the place. So yeah, I'm like always like open to things, and I'm still searching like for all the experiences. So I love all the experience, you can say, as in good and not so good also.
Yeah.
I have no regrets of, like, something even bad happened, because that is life.
Yes.
Life is not a Bollywood movie. I have learned that again.
Yes. Exactly. The ups and the downs all make the experience. And that's such a good reflection and outlook on life. Like, even when you fail, even when something is hard, even when something doesn't go well, it happened for a reason. Everything happens for a reason.
And
Everything
you know what? You can always connect the dots later.
Yes.
I'm sure you must have seen that too.
Yes, exactly. It's like everything happens exactly when it's meant to. It's yes, that's like totally how I live my life. Pavneet, I knew you and I were gonna connect, girl. I knew that we had the same energy. I'm like in love with this conversation, honestly.
I'm coming to LA or maybe South Africa very soon.
Yes.
I so want to meet you and travel with you.
I know. We're gonna make it happen, girl. I'm manifesting it right now. It's going to happen. It's happening.
Oh, definitely. I think we should do that. I'm sure, like, there will be a lot of great things, like you can, maybe tell me better. And yeah, I'm very much excited to even explore the city I've never been to, and the country, like, I've never been to. So yeah, all excited. And I know one amazing person is there to tell me everything great.
Yes, exactly. No, we're going to make it happen for sure. And I want to ask you one more question from the fans who are here. There's a really nice question from Nalumino Mundia saying, I see that India is changing slowly but surely, especially when we were talking about, women being independent, being confident, being entrepreneurs. So do you see change coming across India's society? Is that something that you are seeing regularly?
Like India is changing in all the dynamics, you can say.
Yeah.
So I told you, like, India is progressing and it's a developing country, we all know. And I, more than a developing country, I would say I like the fact that people have like the changed mindset also. I would say people are evolving. Some people chose not to evolve because they say they know everything. So
Right.
I actually, like, stay away from those people.
Right.
So, but the point is, the people who are, like, accepting the fact the world is changing, so they also have, changed some, like I told you, like we have to unlearn and, relearn the things, which is because we were taught like very different things. Like,
Yeah.
even as a woman also, like, you have to be very feminine, you have to be very pithy, then only,
Right.
you will consider yourself as a woman. You can't be loud. So I try to be as loud as I can be.
Yes. Yes.
I don't care.
Oh my God.
Because that's how I am. And imagine, Nikki, you won't believe I got a, like, a mean thing about my laugh also, my smile also, because they say, oh, you laugh so loud. I'm like, I am laughing and you have a problem with that.
Right. Well, I can, anything I do, everything I do, all of a sudden people have a problem with it. No, girl, you just gotta keep
Imagine, this is like not acceptable. And you know what, why I'm repeating all these things also, because I feel like you have sources to educate yourself, you have sources to see what is going on in this world. So educate, like, before you say any, these kind of absurd thing to anyone. If you have something, like, to get the education, please do it. If you know how to do the make an account on Instagram or Facebook, you can definitely educate yourself. Because if you know how to scroll things, it's just like maybe you are just wasting your time by not even, like, actually, it's a hypocrisy, I would say, like believing
Yes.
something and now, like, in action you're doing something else. So yeah, even with the same, like, also men, I would say, like, I think I should say it, I call them confused sperm. Because some people are really confused, some people have no idea what they are even doing it, and honestly, in the world of dating especially, they don't know what they are doing. And in the close circle, like, like through friends, like, through my friend circle, like, I get to know, like, some people even are at the age of, like, getting married, or maybe like at the age of, like, little around some, like, some particular age, but they have still some, like, things like, oh, it's okay, maybe we'll find, I don't want to get married, but I'm just meeting, like, women, because it's okay, you have someone to talk to. I'm like, don't waste her time.
Exactly.
Don't.
Exactly.
I like, be honest with her, but you never know now what other person is thinking. So I am very straightforward. If I want to talk, even that's why I'm not dating. That is the reason, because I'm avoiding situationships.
Yes.
I'm definitely avoiding situationships because I am very clear. If you're not, okay, bye.
Bye. Nice knowing you. Bye. No,
Yeah,
I'm with you.
I'll be nicer, but still bye.
Yeah, and look, I think honesty is always the best policy, and you need to be transparent on both sides. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, say that up front. If you're looking for something casual, say that up front. Whatever it is, you have to be honest about it, so that you give the other person an opportunity to express whatever it is that they're looking for too, and then you can really find out if you're compatible or not. So you're spot on, Pavneet.
But yeah, but they're seen, like, there are a lot of people who are on the different tangent. It's okay. I feel that that's not my job to fix people, which I have tried, like, before in my relationships. I was like, oh, okay, if something, like, he's suffering, maybe I can help. But I was like, if someone doesn't want to change, they can't be changed. So especially, it is not my job to fix someone. They have to be, like, settled or maybe content in their life before, like, being in a relationship. But yeah, there are a lot of people, like, who gets into the relationship out of their loneliness, or maybe, I would say, but they are definitely not mentally fit to be in a relationship. That's what I have, maybe, that's my experience with them.
And that's exactly what we talked about at the beginning of this interview. You know, we said, like, you know, you need to love yourself, know who you are, know what you're looking for, and then from there, the person who also knows themselves, love themselves, know what they're looking for, then they can find you. You know, like,
And
you can't
only,
be out here trying
you
to
know,
change
they can
people.
find exactly, they can find peace in the relationship just only with this fact, because they both are, like, you know, ready. They are both content in their life. Now they can begin their next chapter of their life, because they are already, like, you know, achieved some part, like, you know, the, like, you know, loving yourself, like, the part of their life. So the next chapter, only like loving someone else, can happen when you have done the first part.
Exactly, exactly. Love yourself first, and then everything else will fall into place. The
Oh
universe
yeah,
will do its job for you. Okay, that's
I
what I'm saying.
agree. I agree
Exactly.
on that.
Okay, Pavneet, we're at the end of the hour now, so I want to give you a chance to share any final thoughts here on Nikki Banz Live before we wrap up this incredible, high energy, wonderful interview. Any last thoughts for everybody watching?
Yeah, I would say, Nikki, you are doing an amazing job, and I'm following you, like, from a, like, you know, some many days, and I love you being as a TV representative, and I love your IG live shows, and you are a beautiful, strong woman, which I am, like, you know, I am inspired. I am taking inspiration from. So you do what you do, and you are doing amazing. That is, like,
Oh,
honestly, I wanted to say, and I was saving it for this interview. I will say it to the Nikki, and I want to see the live reactions.
oh, you
And
are
thank
so
you so much for having me on the interview.
Oh my gosh, Pavneet, you are an absolute all-star. You inspired me when I watched you on Indian Matchmaking, and you are inspiring so many other people out there. So keep speaking your truth. Keep being
Thank you
exactly
so
who
much.
you are. Tall, confident, beautiful, entrepreneurial CEO. Keep doing everything that you do, because we are all watching. And I, for one, cannot wait to meet you in real life. I think this was just the
Oh,
beginning,
yes.
just a little
I think
taste.
we should continue our conversation after this interview to
Yeah,
meet now.
yeah, exactly.
Let's
We'll just like
plan
have a
something.
Zoom call. We'll just like have a Zoom call. It'll be our first date, us just chit chatting, you know?
I hope Charles won't mind.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, I hope they don't mind. I hope my boyfriend doesn't mind. Same. Oh my God. Pavneet, you're amazing. Everyone who's on this live, make sure you're following Pavneet. Go to the top of the screen, hit that white arrow, follow Pavneet so you can continue to follow her amazing journey. You can follow me on
Thank you
Instagram
so
as
much.
well, at They Call Me Banz. Pavneet, thank you for being here on Nikki Banz Live.
Thank
Cheers to
you so much for having me. Loved speaking to you and loved seeing you online. Loved e-meeting you, I would say.
I know. We're best friends now.
Yes.
All right, babe. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We love you. We'll see you next Tuesday on Nikki Banz Live. Mwah. Bye, Pavneet.
Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone.